Hello everybody and welcome to this week's coding class. So this week we celebrated International Book Day. I think it was March 4th. And I thought that the best way to celebrate it was actually to do a coding class on books. So let me show you what I have in mind. Have any of you ever heard of the book called The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carle? So I absolutely love that book. My parents read it to me and I've been reading it to my kids. So I thought that on International Book Day, we could actually do The Very Hungry Caterpillar in ScratchJr. Hopefully it pops up somewhere around here, and let me press the green flag.
A little egg lay on a leaf. One day the warm sun came out, and pop! Out of the egg came a little and very hungry caterpillar. He started to look for some food. He wasn't a small caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. He built a cocoon around himself. And after 2 weeks, he was a beautiful butterfly.
He was a beautiful butterfly. So what do you guys think? Isn't that exciting? We're going to be able to code the book, and I know it's a summary of it, inside ScratchJr. So with that, let's get started. So first thing you want to do is grab your tablet, your computer, or your iPad, and boot up ScratchJr. And we're going to start a new project. So we're going to go up here to the left to the plus sign and press Start New Project. We're going to take out the cat, ScratchJr. So we're going to click on the cat, put your finger on the, not click, and long press and then press on that red cross, okay? And what we're going to do is we're going to create the 3 scenes of the caterpillars. So this is going to be the first one. We're going to go up to the background. And we're going to scroll down until we see the one with the trees. It can be this one here. Whoa, why is this not working for me? Spring. So let's use a spring one. So it's next to the winter and above like the nights and beneath the basketball field. And we're going to press tick. Okay? And we're going to create 3 characters. So the first one is the sun. The second one is the caterpillar. And the third one is the egg. So let's start by the sun. Press on the plus sign up here on the left to create a new character. And we're actually going to have to paint the sun. So we're going to go here to the paintbrush. And we're going to let's make an orange sun. So we're going to press on orange. We're going to press on a circle. And what we're going to do is put our finger more or less there and drag it down until we have a nice big circle. We're going to paint the inside of the circle. So we go down here to the bucket and press paint. And we're going to go to the squiggly line here on the left. And we're going to make sun rays coming out of the sun. So anywhere around that circle, just do some lines. Okay? If by any chance I go too fast, just pause that YouTube video and finish your amazing sun, and then you press play again. So now that we have that, we're going to press the tick box. And we're going to put the sun, so put your finger on the sun, and we're going to drag him here to the top and to the left. So we have our first character, which is the sun. Now we're going to draw our caterpillar. So we're going to go again to the plus sign, so under the sun, that plus sign there on the left. And instead of selecting a character, we are going to press on the paintbrush. So all the way up here. And we're going to draw the very, very hungry caterpillar. So we're going to go down here and press on any of these greens, maybe the darker green, that one. We're going to go here to the left and select the circle, so here. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw 5 little circles and try and make them a little bit bigger every time. So probably start here and we're going to make 1 circle, 2 circles, 3 circles, 4 circles, and oops, that one. If you make a mistake, press on that top left arrow backwards. So I'm going to put my finger there and make that circle. So we have 5 circles, which are the body of the caterpillar, okay? We're going to paint it inside. So press the bucket, and inside each circle, just tap 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay? And now we're going to make his face. So go to red, press on the circle here on the left, so beneath the squiggly line above the square, and we're going to make a bigger circle. I'm calling them circles, but they're actually a little bit like an oval, aren't they? We're going to make that circle bigger than the other ones, because this is going to be his head. We're going to press on the bucket and press in the middle of the circle. Okay? We're going to make his eyes. So just change again to the color green and tap here. Oops, I made a mistake. So go up here to the arrow, that's the undo arrow. And what we're going to do is change it to a circle. So here on the left, and tap once and twice to make his eyes. You just have to tap, you don't have to like drag or anything to make a circle. And we're just missing one thing, which is the antenna. So let's go to the brown. Let's go to the squiggly line here on the left. So brown color, then squiggly line. And we're going to go and make one antenna with our finger and another antenna with our finger. And we have a very hungry caterpillar. When you finish drawing that, press on the tick box and drag your caterpillar onto the floor of your forest. Okay? And now we're just missing one thing, which is the egg. So we're going to add a character. So press the plus sign again. So the one under the caterpillar here on the left. We're going to go to our paintbrush and we're going to make an egg. So eggs are round, so we're going to press on the circle. We're going to press on the white. We're going to make a white colored egg. And more or less here, we're going to make an oval. You can barely see it, but it's there. It's like from there to there. We're going to press on the bucket, very important, and press in the middle of that oval so that it's fully colored. You should be able to see like white next to like this darker white. And press the tick box. And we're going to drag that egg under the tree, more or less there. Okay? And there we go. So, now we're going to create our second scene, which is the caterpillar walking across the screen. So we're going to press the plus sign here on the right, so under the scene with the caterpillar. We're going to take out ScratchJr, so press on that cat until he wiggles, and then press on the cross, okay? And we're going to add a character. So we're going to press the plus sign and add the same caterpillar. So press on the caterpillar that you already drew and press a tick box. And we're going to put him a little bit to the left. We'll just drag him there. And now to make sure that he's moving, we're going to draw another caterpillar with him kind of, you know how caterpillars move. They're like straight and then they kind of squeeze together and then they go. So press on the plus sign under the caterpillar. And we are going to draw another one. So go up to the paintbrush. And now we're going to use the same green that we were using. So this one here, if you selected that one. We're going to choose the circle. And now we're going to actually make it a little bit like this. So I'll show you what I mean. We're going to draw again, small circle, a bigger circle, but then it goes up. So a bigger circle, and now it goes down again, and now we're going to do his face. So before that, we're going to color this in. So press the bucket. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you see how it goes like up and down? If I'm going too fast, I'm just going to pause right here for you guys to be able to do it. Press on the circle when you're ready. The red color. And make a big oval head. Press on the bucket and press in the middle of that oval, okay? And now we're going to make his eyes. So we're going to go to the circle again, to the green, and tap 2 eyes. 1 and 2, okay? So basically up to now, you should have drawn circles going kind of up and down. These all green, filled them in with the bucket, drawn a red circle, filled it in with the bucket, and then tapped for 2 eyes. Okay? If you've gotten that far, we're only missing the antenna. So press on brown, press on the squiggly line, and go up and up. Okay? And we're done. So you can press the tick box. And now you should have another caterpillar there. So we're going to drag this caterpillar on top of the other one. Okay? More or less, they should be one on top of the other. Okay? We're going to code them afterwards, so don't worry. One's going to disappear and the other one's going to appear. Now we're going to go to our third scene. So this is where we get the very, very fat caterpillar. So press on the right that plus sign. We're going to go to ScratchJr. Press on that cross. And now, the only thing we have to do is add our caterpillar. So go to the plus sign on the left. And this is cool because it's already drawn. So select the caterpillar that's not arched, the one that's straight, this one. Press on the tick box. And we're going to make him big. So we're going to make him very fat. But we'll do that when we are coding him. So let's just add everything and then we'll go back. So, oops. Press on the plus sign here on the bottom. So the last plus sign of the scenes, this one here. We're going to take out ScratchJr. So press on that, long press on the cat until he starts to wiggle. Press that red cross. And we're going to add a cocoon and a butterfly. So the cocoon we actually have to make. So press on the plus sign. Press on the paintbrush. And we're going to get the darkest brown, so this one here. We're going to select the circle. And we're going to make a cocoon. And the way we do that is small circle, very big circle, very big oval. I'm saying circles, but it's always ovals. Another big oval and another big oval. So you should have like 5 big ovals and a big one in the middle. We're going to go to the bucket. So I'll just pause 1 second. But if I am going fast, please just pause the video. It's probably better because that way you guys can do it as fast as you want. So select the bucket and press inside of each of these ovals. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Just tap and it colors. Okay? And we have our cocoon. We can press a tick box and the cocoon is there in the middle. We're actually missing one thing, which is the background. So I kind of forgot about that. Let's go up here next to ABC, the one with the blue and the green, the background button. We're going to go all the way down and we're going to select again the spring. So that's this one here, beneath the basketball court, next to the winter and above the night. So this one here. Press the tick box and there you go. You have a cocoon in the middle of your forest. And we're just missing a butterfly. So let's go here to the plus sign. So instead of drawing it, I am going to select the butterfly that already exists. So if you scroll down to the animals where you have the monkeys and the elephants and the pigs and everything, you have this butterfly. So if you press on that butterfly and the tick box, you're going to have your butterfly in the middle of the screen. If you want to draw a butterfly, you can also do that. Up to you. And actually if you draw it, you can make like both wings, like in the book of the Very Hungry Caterpillar. Anyway, and we're done. We have all our backgrounds and all our characters. So let's start coding. So let's go first up here to the first scene. So we're going to press on the one that has the forest, the caterpillar, the egg, and the sun. And we're going to start by coding the... What are we going to start coding? We're going to start by coding the egg. So select the egg here on the left. So under the sun, under the caterpillar, the egg. Make sure you also see the egg here. And that's the one that's going to start. So we're going to go to start on green. So yellow blocks. Drag down the start on green block. We're going to go to the green blocks. And we're going to record a phrase from the book. So we're going to go to the microphone. Press record. And say, a little egg lay on a leaf. And then the tick box. A little egg lay on the leaf. So you can also do what the book says, which is in the light of the moon, a little egg lay on the leaf. Given we don't have the moon, I kind of cut that out, but up to you guys. When you have the microphone, we're going to drag that down and we're going to tell the egg to disappear because the warm sun comes up and pop comes a little caterpillar. So we're going to press the purple blocks. We're going to drag down the one with the disappearing. And now we're going to send a message to the caterpillar and to the sun for them to appear. So we're going to go to the yellow blocks and we're going to send that message. Okay, so it's the one that has the closed envelope down here. We don't have to change the color because it's the only message that we're sending in this coding. We're going to go to the red blocks and drag down the 1 to finish that line of code. So basically, when we start the program, the egg says it's lying on a leaf, it disappears, and it sends a message to the caterpillar and to the sun to appear. So let's start coding the sun. So press on the sun over here. Make sure that you have the yellow box around it. Go to the yellow blocks. Drag down the open envelope block. That is receive message. Drag down that open envelope. And now we're going to go to record another sound. So press on green. Press on the microphone. And say, the warm sun came out and pop, out of the egg came a very hungry caterpillar. Tick box. There we go. So when you have that microphone, drag it down next to the receive message. And now we're going to ask it to pause to let the person also see what's happening. So we're going to go to the orange blocks and drag down the one that is a watch. So this basically says wait for 10/10ths of a second, I think it is. Go to the red blocks and put the next scene. So you see that you have 3 scenes now. So you have a 1 with a 2, a 3, and a 4. It's the 1 with the 2 that we want. So we want him to go to the next scene. Go here and drag that down, okay? What we're also going to do is have the sun appear, because nothing here says for the sun to appear. So go to the yellow blocks again, drag down the 1 with the open envelope, go to the orange blocks, drag down the 1 with the watch so that it doesn't appear until we've actually talked. So that's why we're pausing first. Go to the purple blocks and drag down the appear block. It's the one here with the person colored in white. Okay? But you'll notice that you can see the sun. So let's make him disappear when the program starts. Drag down the disappear block anywhere, as long as it's not on a line of code, and tap on it. And your sun has disappeared. Okay? And let's finish this line of code. So go to the red blocks and drag down the 1 without the arrows. Okay? So you should have on your sun 2 lines of code. 1 line of code that tells a story, stops, and sends it to the next scene, and another line of code that pauses first and then tells the sun to appear. Okay? So let's now code our caterpillar. So go to the caterpillar, and we're going to do a start on message as well. Actually, it's the same line of code as the sun, the appearing line of code. So let's just copy it. Go to the sun again, so press on the sun, and you see this line of code here, the one that you did that has the pause and the appear. Put your finger on the message and drag it to the caterpillar. Make sure you have it on top of the caterpillar and let go. Press on the caterpillar and you've already had your line of code there. It saves you a lot of time. And now let's just make the caterpillar disappear. So go to the purple blocks and drag down the 1 that doesn't have the white person. So the one that's the hide block, and tap on it. Okay? So now in your scene, you should see only the egg, nothing else. Okay? And we're done. We've coded this scene. So let's go to our next scene. Press on the right, the one that has the 2, so the second one, the one that has 2 caterpillars. And what we're going to do is we're going to tell them to move and to appear and disappear in different timings, okay? So we're going to drag down, let's start, with this caterpillar. So make sure you have selected the caterpillar that's arched. So the one that has like this up and down in his body that he's walking. Go to the yellow blocks and do start on green. So this means that when it gets to this scene, it's gonna start doing this, okay? We're going to tell him to hide first. So hide. We're going to tell him to move. So go to the blue blocks and drag down the move to the right block. We're going to drag that down, and under it is a number 1. We're going to change that to number 2. So press on it and press on the number 2. Okay? We're going to, so this means that he moves 2 blocks to the right. We're going to go to the purple blocks again and tell him to appear. Okay? And now we're going to tell him to move again. So start, disappear, move 2 times, appear, and then move 2 times again. So go to the blue blocks and drag down the 1 with the arrow to the right. And make sure you change that number 1 to the number 2. So press on that number 1, the calculator appears, and press on 2. And tell them to repeat that forever and ever and ever. Okay? And we're done with this caterpillar. So, and you'll see that we're going to slightly change this for the other caterpillar so they do something opposite. So kind of remember this. It starts, it disappears, moves, appears, moves. Okay? And now press on the other caterpillar. So the one that's not up and that doesn't have the body that's up and down. So we are going to start coding him. And you'll see that we're going to do something very similar. So go to the yellow blocks, drag down the start on green. And if you remember, the other caterpillar started with disappearing. So we're actually going to tell this caterpillar to appear. So go to the purple blocks and drag down the appear block. It's the one with the white person, so the person colored in. So you see this is different from the other caterpillar. So while the other one is disappearing, this one is appearing. And that's how we make that effect of one and the other appearing and disappearing alternatively, which is a big word. Press on the blue blocks, drag down the 1, move to the right, press 2. So press on the 1 and go to the calculator and put 2. And now we're going to the purple blocks. And which one do we have to put? If it was disappearing it was appearing in the last one, this one is disappearing. So let's go here and drag down the hide block. The one with the silhouette of the person, but it's not filled in white. We're going to go to the blue blocks and drag down the move to the right. We're going to press on 1 and change it to 2. Okay? And then finish it off with a red block with the arrows. So it's going to repeat this forever. Okay? So you don't have to do this. I'm just going to do it to show you. So if I press on the other caterpillar, you'll see it's hide, move, appear, move, repeat. While this one is appear, move, hide, move, repeat. So you see, that's a difference. And now we're just missing one line of code to do the story. So we're going to go to the yellow blocks, drag down the one with the green flag. We're going to go to the green blocks and drag down and record the second part of the story. So press on the microphone and record. He started to look for some food. And tick box. When you've done that, drag down that microphone and put it there. So record. He started to look for some food. We're going to have it pause. So go to the orange blocks and to the stopwatch. If you find that it goes too slow, you can take out these stopwatches, okay? I just find it kind of cool that you see the caterpillars move for longer, but if you don't like it and you just want it to be faster, take out those clocks. And go to the red blocks. And now don't get the scene with the one with the 3. So not the 2 that have the forest, the one without the forest, okay? And has a little number 3. Okay, so this basically says, say the line of the story, wait for 10/10ths of a second, and then go to the next scene, which means that we can now code the next scene. So let's press on number 3 here, so the third one here on the right. And now is when the caterpillar gets very, very, very fat. So let's make him fat first. We're going to go to the purple blocks. We're going to drag down the grow block. It's the one that has 3 people and a large person, so not the smaller person. And we're going to tap on it with our finger. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 times. That is a very fat caterpillar. And now we're going to code it. So let's start with the yellow blocks. Let's start on green. We're going to go to the green blocks and we're going to tap on that microphone and record. I'll record it while I'm doing it. So press on the red. He wasn't a tiny caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. So he wasn't a tiny caterpillar anymore. He was a big, fat caterpillar. When you've done that, you can drag down the microphone. You can go to the orange blocks and drag down the stopwatch. Again, if you think it's going too slow, take these stopwatches out. And now we go to the red blocks and we drag down the red block with the 4. So the last scene, the one that has the cocoon. Okay? And that's all he does here. If you guys want him to move or anything, you can also add another line of code for him to move. Since he's so fat, I thought he wouldn't move very much. That's why I kept him kind of just stopped there. Up to you. So we're going to now press on the 4th scene. So here on the right, press on the one that has a cocoon and the butterfly. And we're nearly done. So we're going to go to the cocoon first. So let's press here on the cocoon. So make sure you have the cocoon selected. We're going to go to the yellow blocks, drag down the start on green. We're going to go to the green blocks, and we're going to press record and say another line of the story. So press record. He built a cocoon around himself where he stayed for weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon and he became a beautiful butterfly. And press that tick box. So he built a cocoon around himself. He stayed there for weeks. He nibbled a hole in the cocoon and out came a beautiful butterfly. Okay, record that. And when you've done that, bring that microphone down. And we're going to tell the cocoon to disappear. So we're going to go to the purple blocks and drag down the disappearing block or the hide block. So it's a silhouette without the filled in white. We're now going to send a message to the butterfly for the butterfly to appear and start dancing. Flying, not dancing, they fly. And flapping its wings. So we're going to go to the yellow blocks and drag down the closed envelope. Okay? You don't have to change its color, because the messages only work within the scene that they are. So for example, the orange envelope that we put here on scene 1 does not go into scene 4. We're going to go to the red blocks and drag down the one without the arrows, okay? And we're done with the cocoon. Let's do our last line of coding before we try it. So let's go to the butterfly. So press on the butterfly. And actually, guys, do you want to make the cocoon bigger? Let's just go back to the cocoon for a second. So press on the cocoon, go to the purple blocks, and drag down the grow block. So the one here with the 3 people and the large person. And make the cocoon a little bit bigger, because it is a big fat caterpillar. You couldn't have gotten that small, right? Now let's go to the butterfly. And let's also make the butterfly bigger. So go to the purple blocks and drag down the grow block and tap, 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 tap. I think I tapped 5 times. We also want the butterfly to disappear. So he only appears when the cocoon is disappearing. So drag down that hide block and tap on it once. Okay? And now let's start coding what the butterfly will do. So we're going to go to the yellow blocks, the receive message block, so the one with the open envelope. We're going to go to the purple blocks and tell him to appear. So drag down the one that has the white person, the appear block, and let go. And now we're going to go to the blue blocks and we're going to have the butterfly fly around. So we're going to tell him to go to the right, so drag down that one. We're going to tell him to go up. We're going to tell him to go down. We're going to rotate him right. We're going to rotate him left. Let's take this out of the way because we don't need that. And maybe backwards, so maybe to the left, okay? So you guys can do this in any way that you want, the movement blocks, as long as a butterfly is flying around the amazing forest, okay? And now we're going to go to the red blocks and drag down the one with the arrows, okay? And with that, we're finished coding. Are you guys ready to see this story? I really hope you are. So let's press up here on the first scene. Let's go into full screen, so press here on the full screen. And we're going to press on the green flag.
A little egg lay on the leaf.
Little egg lay on the leaf.
The warm sun came out and pop! Out of the egg came a very hungry caterpillar.
Cool.
He started to look for some food.
He started to look for some food.
He wasn't a tiny caterpillar anymore.
Very
he was
fat caterpillar.
Big, fat caterpillar. He built a cocoon around himself where he stayed for weeks. Then he nibbled a hole in the cocoon and he became a beautiful butterfly.
There we go. And we have our butterfly going around. Guys, I really hope you like this coding class. Happy World Book Day or World Book Week. I hope you guys love reading, and I hope you love this book as much as I do. Anything, go to the Instagram channel and follow the Coding Dad. Leave me comments there. Subscribe to this channel because there's a new coding class every week. Thank you very much, everybody, and see you next week.